Today I'd like to share with you the fastest and most effective way I know to learn your major 7th and minor major 7th chords on the guitar. I consider it to be the most effective way as it builds on your foundation. That is the caged, E minor, A minor and D minor chord forms. If you haven't covered these already, I'll leave a link in the description to a chord chart, which will also contain all the chords and their fingerings that I cover in this video. Now let's get into it. Alright, I said this is going to be fast, so let's cut through all the music theory explanation and get to what really matters. The major 7th note that we need to add to our chord forms to transform them into major 7th and minor major 7th chords can be found as semitone behind the root. Let's see how this applies to our C form. The root notes for our C form are on our lowest fingered note and highest fingered note. Now we don't want to modify the lowest sounding root because that is our bass note, and if we change the bass note, we change the chord, unless we have a bass player underneath us to help stabilize it. So what we're going to do is take the high root note and drop it a semitone by lifting our first finger off for an open string, and we get C major 7. Now let's take a look at the G form. The root notes for our G form are also on our lowest fingered note and highest fingered note. We also have an open string G in the middle, but we're not worried about that today. Today we're going to drop our highest sounding root a semitone, and we get G major 7, which can also be fingered this way. Now let's take a look at the E, A and D forms. The E, A and D forms operate a little differently. The lowest root for the E form is our open E string. If we then move 2 strings higher, we get the octave, adjust our fingering to drop it a semitone, and we get E major 7. We use the same approach for the A form. Find the open A string, move to the note located 2 strings higher, adjust the fingering to drop it a semitone, we get A major 7. Same thing for the D form, find the open D string, move to the note located 2 strings higher, adjust the fingering to drop it a semitone, and we get D major 7. Lastly, let's look at our minor major 7th chords. As our minor chords are E minor, A minor, and D minor, we use the same approach as for our E, A, and D forms to make minor major 7th chords. For example, for our E minor, locate the open string root, move 2 strings higher to find the octave, adjust the fingering to drop it a semitone, and you'll get an E minor major 7th chord. Now you can use the exact same approach with the A minor and D minor forms to make A minor major 7 and D minor major 7. Well, that's it for this one. If you got something out of this video, don't forget to hit the like button and consider subscribing for more guitar playing tips and tricks.